Hare Krishna. Please accept our humble obeisances. We are cordially inviting Srila Gurudev and assembled devotees who are seeing through the eyes of scriptures, Gyan, Cakshu. We are very grateful to have all of you here. So let's commence this session by seeking Srila Gurudev's permission. May we start, Gurudev?
Yes, let us start.
Thank you. So our first question for today's session is, how does one know a bona fide spiritual master who can lead them?
Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyanandana Salakayan Chakshulanditandana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namo Vishnu Hare Krishna Krisaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Dhira Swami Sri Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachari Nirvisesa Sundi Bhadi Pastacharya Sati Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pavanityananda Sri Advaita Kadajara Siva Sari Gaura Bhakti Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much for the devotees who are asking this beautiful question. The first question here was, how do we know a bona fide spiritual master? Just like a doctor has qualities to make him qualified as a doctor, or an architect. It has the qualities that makes him or her to be. These days we have also women architects. These days we have. And or a pilot. It has qualities that is being recognized as such. In the same way, a representative of Krishna has certain qualities. I'm reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 5. The sages and Namishanaya, they are appreciating Sutta Goswami. For what is he's a bona fide representative. They recognize him to be bona fide representative. First of all, they saw his effulgence. It diminishes their own. And just few words from him dissipated their darkness, destroyed their ignorance. So we know a bona fide spiritual master by his ability to destroy the ignorance in the heart of the disciples. Those who hear him, their ignorance will be destroyed. So the sages saw these qualities in Sutta Goswami. So they are speaking. Ta ekadatu monaya pratruhuta hutagnaya satkritam sutam asinam paprachur idam adara. One day after finishing their morning duties, by burning a sacrificial fire and offering a seed of esteem to Srila Sutta Goswami, the great sages made inquiry with great respect about the following matters. The Prabhupada said in a purport, Sri 𝐭𝐝𝐵𝐻𝐵 is the original spiritual preceptor for all men, and all other preceptors are considered to be his representatives. Who is a representative? A representative is one who can exactly present the viewpoint of Sri 𝐭𝐝𝐵𝐻𝐵. Exactly. So we know a bona fide representative, how much he has the ability to represent 𝐭𝐝𝐵𝐻𝐵, by not distorting anything, by not concocting anything, by not just speculating, but to present the philosophy as 𝐭𝐝𝐵𝐻𝐵 presented it. Pure, must be pure. The sages saw these qualities in Sutta Goswami, both physical and spiritual. They said, we have been here performing Jagya for a long time, but we are getting only smoke. For the ghee, or the smoke is coming. But just a few words from you, the smoke has disappeared. Means what? The cloud in our consciousness is destroyed. All the cloud of anarthas are dispelled. Just few words. And not just that it is dispelled. When ignorance is destroyed, there will be peace, there will be happiness in the house. So no, a bona fide representative, his ability to penetrate the heart of those who listen to him, and they destroy the ignorance. A representative is one who can exactly represent the viewpoint of Sri 𝐭𝐝𝐵𝐻𝐵. Sri 𝐭𝐝𝐵𝐻𝐵 impregnated the message of Bhagavatam onto Srila Sukadeva Goswami, and Sri Sutta Goswami had it from him. He must be from Parampara. If he is bona fide, he must be Parampara. One cannot be an upstart and be a representative. He must be from Parampara. Who is your authority? Who is your power? They are speaking from where? So we have our Shastra, the scriptures. We have our acharyas who presented what we are speaking on. And what we are speaking should correspond to what they have spoken and what the scriptures said. So we have three measures: Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. It's bona fide. If you see these qualities in somebody, it's bona fide. The sages saw this. All bona fide representatives of Sri 𝐭𝐝𝐵𝐻𝐵 in the chain of disciplic succession are to be understood to be Goswamis. These Goswamis restrain all their senses and they stick to the path made by the previous acharyas. This is authority. They stick. That means they don't deviate. They just follow it, whatever it is received, because it is not our property. So we cannot change it. In the secular world, if you are representing a company, a sales representative, you can't change the product. If you change the product, you are not bona fide, you'll be sacked. You are jailed. In some cases, you'll be jailed. It is also a spiritual jail, but we don't see it as gross as we may see in the secular world. Jail. And Sukadeva Goswami described in the 5th canto, 26th chapter, 28 divisions of hell. It's a particular hell for religious teachers. So we don't see it physically. So it may seem as if we are not punished, we are going to escape punishment. In the secular world, if someone goes to the street or to radio and announce, and the prime minister of such and such country will be arrested immediately. But if someone goes to the street and advertises, "I'm God, the God has appeared, and all of you should go and worship," you have a lot of followers. So many followers, people will follow. If you say you are God, if you declare yourself a conditioned soul position, you'll be arrested. So See, it seems that one can use God, you can play on God and go free. That's why foolishness. The Christian already arrested us and is keeping us, keeping us just waiting for the time to go to that hell. And so Sukadev Goswami gave a perfect description. There's a sugarcane machine in this place. Sugarcane. We go and drink sugarcane juice, but we don't know how painful the cane has to pass through to give us the juice which we drink. That is there. The sugarcane machine is there in this hell. So a representative cannot be a cheater, bona fide. Otherwise, we put through this machine. You see, to get the sugarcane juice, the cane doesn't pass through the ones. It's when the stick is put through, when the juice comes out, you have to squeeze it again. You pass through. You have to put it into a fork. You pass through. Then you bunch together and put it through, and then it is crossing to get the juice from that side. That machine is waiting for us. We are cheating the name of God. So a bona fide representative of Krishna does not cheat. So Prabhupada said here, these Goswamis restrain all their senses. Their senses are under control. And they stick to the path made by the previous acharyas. A Goswami do not deliver lectures on the Bhagavatam capriciously. Rather, they execute their services most carefully, following their predecessors who delivered the spiritual message unbroken to them. It's a representative. It's a bona fide representative. So in other words, we see the qualities of Krishna in the bona fide representative. We see all the qualities of God in the bona fide representative. When we look at Prabhupada, when we look at Prabhupada, he did something that shows he's a representative, but he has the qualities of Krishna. For example, what he did. Look at what he did. How many people can do that? How many? So he did something close to Krishna. So we can see, oh, okay, it's exceptional. It's exceptional. He has ability to transform the whole world. In 11 years, the whole world was transformed in 11 years. That is something unique. So this is qualities of a bona fide representative. And then when we look at the scriptures also, Rupa Goswami told us that he must control the senses as Prabhupada says here. The 6 pushes, which is pushing all conditioned souls, does not push him. He pushes the pushes. So his senses are fully controlled. That's a representative. So we can see that he's not disturbed by the senses, he's not pushed here and there. He's not restless. Restlessness is due to emptiness. And we are empty. They say the empty barrels make noise. Right? They say like that in India. Empty barrels make noise. If it is full, it's silent. So representative of Krishna, they are full with knowledge, therefore they're silent, composed. They're like bulls. You don't see a bull running in the street. Have you seen the bull running in the street? The bulls, they move majestically. Therefore, the word guru is heavy. That's the meaning. It's heavy. How can the guru be light when they're carrying the whole supreme personality of God? How be light? Be heavy. It's heavy. Like Krishna is the heaviest. So you're carrying the heaviest in your heart. So you be light? No. If you're light, means you're not bona fide. But be heavy. And you can You can challenge the whole world. Prabhupada said that. Bring all the scientists here. I'm ready to face them. I challenge all of them. It's authority. It's authority. Because he knows whom he's representing. So he's very, very confident. All right? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru. Thank you so much for answering this question beautifully. Moving on to our next question. So we have our next question is, what is the devotee's greatest enemy?
Devotee's greatest enemy. Our mind. The greatest enemy. Krishna explained that about it. Our greatest enemy is the mind. This afternoon, we are sharing with the Bhakti Sassi students. Arjuna was described as the conqueror of the enemies, the conqueror of the enemies, the destroyer of the enemies. So I was asking the student, what does it mean? Enemies. Enemies. See, all the pure devotees are described, all conqueror of the enemies. Arjuna, they are described like that. So our child explained the enemies are uncontrolled mind. Or what the Bhakti Dhira would describe as the armed robbers. Highway armed robbers. The six pushes. The enemy. They are all loaded in the mind. The enemies. The mind tells us so many lies. So many lies. And that's why we're suffering. There is no one that is born enemy of somebody. Nowhere in the scripture they mention that, okay, Mr. This is the enemy of this. Mr. D. No scripture said that. We created it here. Amen. And the person the mind says is an enemy today, the same man will tell you is a friend tomorrow. Or the person the man accepted to be a friend tomorrow, tomorrow is the enemy. According to the change of the mind. The mind is the enemy. The greatest. Uncontrolled mind. The greatest enemy. Pushes us to do so many unnecessary things. And regret afterwards. Right?
Yes, Gurudev, thank you so much. Now we have one live question where the devotee says, where lies the proper balance between desiring to make progress and accepting one's bodily or mentally limitations? And can you tell some practical advice how to practice reducing of eating?
Reducing.
Reducing of eating.
Okay. I hope if I tell you, you'll be able to follow it. It's good to ask questions. It's good to ask questions. But it's best if you can follow. Otherwise, it's an offense to ask questions that we're not going to follow. We're not going to accept the answer. That's like etiquette. So, what is the balance between the limitations of our body and taking the necessary austerities required for our advancement in Krishna? That was the question. The best way to put this, would say is the balance depends on our karma. Depends on our karma. Because we are seeing differences in our lives, even though we are doing the same thing. We see differences. We are seeing also how the acharyas give different instructions to different disciples. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was feeding the devotees heavy quantities of prasadam every day in Jagannath Puri. And he's selecting only one person out of the millions to tell him, don't eat. Raghunath Goswami was not the only devotee in Jagannath Puri. And Jagannath Puri is not a place to tell someone not to eat. But it is in Jagannath Puri he's telling him, don't eat like this. These people he's talking about devotees. Don't eat like these people. Don't dress like these people. And don't talk like these people. Always in your mind. Remain in Vrindavan. The instruction was given in Jagannath Puri. He didn't give that to everybody. He gave it to one person. Why he did that? He hates others. He doesn't. He's so partial. Raghunath Das Goswami, his family member, so he gave him special instruction so he can go back to Godhead. And those who are just newcomers, he's just telling them, eat. And if you eat to the neck and dance, Christian, you can eat. You're my family member, so stay here with me. Don't eat. That is not the case. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had looked at all the devotees and he saw their level. So he's responding according to that. When a spiritual master sees a disciple who is becoming mature and experienced son, he will give a different advice, give different instruction. It is natural, not a partial discrimination. It is natural. But Christian said, I'm not partial. But I'm not partial, I'm equal to everybody. But you see, when you say but, the original language, the original idea is changed. The original idea is changed the moment but comes in. Something outside that is different from the original. I want you to come to the Hare Krishna temple, but don't come alone. But so here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna is saying, I don't envy anyone, I am equal to everyone, but a person who worship me with full devotion, I will give that person best attention. I will give the person best attention. Because the person has put extra effort. So I'll give the attention differently. If he does not do that, then he's not God. Then he's not correct. There must be difference. Because there's difference in our practice. So according to the quality of our previous practice, that practice will have influence on our present life. And that is how we are acting differently. That someone can take to Krishna consciousness, I will never change his or her mind. Never. Just continue on and on and on until he finishes everything and go away. And some people come and go, they come and go, they struggle, should I continue, not to continue? How much should I put effort into this? All this income side is based on our previous life. Our previous activity was not strong, so it has effect. So for such people, austerity will be very difficult. If I fast, I will die, and if you fast, you will die because that is what the mind have accepted. I will die if I do this. No, I cannot do this. I will die. If you do, you will die truly. But someone else without difficulty is taking upon himself or herself a necessary discipline which is necessary to take us back. When Dronacharya trained all the students, he finished training them in the daytime. What did they do? They go and sleep. Arjun does not sleep. He practice through the whole night. Was he the same? He's different. Is it Dronacharya who told him to do that? No, that is his karma. That he has the quality to be able to do exactly what the spiritual master expects from him. He didn't become the best student of Dronacharya by appointment. It was not by appointment, by quality. Why other students did not follow the same thing? Because they don't have the qualification. So it is based on this, we will know, should I take upon myself certain measures to purify myself, or I should just flow with the current. Whatever comes at the end is all right with me. So it depends on our previous results or practice. The next person sitting to you is going back to Godhead, and you're sitting there full of doubt about the same thing. What is that? The same thing both of you are doing. The next person sitting with you is going back. Look at Raghunath Goswami. It is the same place with all the devotees. The same place with all the devotees. Why other devotees were not given instruction? And if it were given, would they accept it? No, I have stomach ulcer. Doctor said I cannot fast. So many reasons. Some time back I was hearing, one guru told his disciple to fast, and the disciple died. Disciple died. I was there in a meeting where we were discussing. He didn't mention the guru. I don't know who was. I didn't also answer because for me it was strange. It was strange. So I didn't ask. And I didn't contribute in the discussion. I was just listening and I was analyzing everything in my head. How is that? How is that? The Krishna is not potent again. The Krishna doesn't know what to do. By the way, even in the Brahma Bhatta Purana, there is one Ekadasi. The story was narrated that this man also this man he doesn't have the strength to fast, and he married a girl whose father is an austere person. And on the Ekadasi, even his animals will not eat. Even animals. Okay, that is they will not feed animals that day. Everybody, including ant in the house, was fast. So when the in-law said you're coming to visit on the Kadasi day, so don't come. The wife told him don't come. My father's house, nobody can eat. So please don't come. He was attached to the wife. So no problem. The wife said, please don't come. He came and he stayed. And the Kadasi started. He couldn't handle it. So he left. Although he did that, but he didn't lose everything. He got some benefit from it. So that is just a non-devotee. So what about devotee? What about a devotee? Yeah? So if Krishna can take care of a non-devotee, he won't take care of devotee. So our faith is so strong. Maybe our faith is so strong. We can accept all these simple things and appreciate it. So that is what I would advise. That based on our understanding, based on our conviction, based on our realization, we can take a measure which will not disturb us in our practice. We can practice austerity to as much as we can, not to the level of disturbance, as much as our body can take. So we should also remember that whatever we do, that is what we are going to get. We shouldn't expect that I will get 100% when my investment is only small investment. I'm expecting to get 100% result. That is cheating. That will be gambling. All right.
Yes, Gurudev. Thank you so much. So our next question is, if somebody is committing suicide, is it considered a sin because we have got little independence?
Yes, our acharyas condemned suicide. It's not approved in the scripture to commit suicide. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was looking at his devotee, Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami is very, very famous, very popular, a big minister. He's famous, he's known everywhere. When it was time for him to join the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he decided to give up the government. And the Nawab was not happy. So he put Sanatana Goswami in jail. But when I went to what was called the jail for Sanatana Goswami, I don't see it's a jail. It's a palace. It's a palace. It's a heavy mansion. You see, it comes as on. I agree. That one is jail. But Sanatana Goswami, no, it's a palace. It's a big mansion. So this is a cell. Because he's a minister. He's a big minister. So he always his jail also is it's a palace for it. So anyway, in the name of a jail, he was put in the jail. But he left. When he left, he didn't pass through the main road because he'll be detected. People will say, oh, Maharaj is there. So he took a bush path. So that nobody would they organize him. And on the way, he drank water, which was not good. So he got disease in his body. So when he got to Jagannath Puri, they were sores all over his body. And worms were all there. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him. and the pulse will stick on his body. When Sanatana Goswami sees that, he was very disturbed, and he cannot stop the Lord from doing the Supreme Lord. You can't stop him from doing it. He's enjoying his devotee's body. He didn't see that because pure devotee's body is not material, even though we may see it as some defect. Chitama was teaching us that. He's my pure devotee. What we are seeing as powers and worms and things there is our own misconception. He was embraced in Sanatana Goswami, and Sanatana was feeling very bad and contaminating my Lord. So he decided I would just commit suicide. What is the use of it? Let me just die instead of making offenses. So he planned the next Ratha Yatra. When the cat is moving, I'll just throw myself inside and be finished. So before that, he had already decided. Before that Ratha Yatra came, Srichana came as usual. The Haridas Thakur. He was staying with Haridas Thakur. Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Haridas Thakur, Ramananda Rai. This exalted devotee didn't enter Jagannath. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't force him to do that. He didn't. A few years ago, as I was telling devotees, Western devotees who were feeling angry with, of course, Prabhupada also were not happy. So we can say we are following Prabhupada. But that is not a good thing. So want to change it?
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Gurudev is facing some network issue. He will soon be back. Thank you so much for waiting.
Sorry for the disconnection.
No problem, Gurudev. Please continue.
You can continue?
Yes, Gurudev, yes.
Can we continue?
Yes, Gurudev.
So Dr. Tama, he came to Sanatana Goswami and he looked at Sanatana Goswami and told all of you, please help me ask Sanatana Goswami if it is proper for a gentleman to destroy another person's property. The devotees were looking at what is Sanatana Goswami destroy? So he says, Sanatana Goswami, your body is my property. And trying to destroy that without my permission is wrong. So why do you want to commit suicide? If suicide is the process of attaining pure love of Godhead, I would have been the first person to do it, not you. You would have been the second person. I would have been the first person. If suicide is the process of attaining pure love of Godhead, I would have done that a long time before you. So Sanatana Goswami was not authorized by Lord Chaitanya to do suicide, to commit suicide. And it's not approved by us. Why suicide is not approved? Of course, Chaitanya was saying it's not the process of attaining pure love of God. It is not. It is cheating. It is cheating. And people who commit suicide think that they are not loved by others. Nobody loves me. What is the value of life? What am I living for? Everything is against me. No, everything is against me. Nobody loves me. I look around here. I don't have any person who cares for me. Nobody cares for me. But we should know that nobody cares for us because we don't care for anyone. If you care for somebody, you will be cared for. It's natural. So we don't care for people. So nobody cares for us. It's not the fault of other people. It's our own fault. So to commit suicide, it is a big, big mistake because we should try to care for people. We should love people so people can love us. Like after someone has borrowed money from somebody, and when it is time to pay, I want to kill myself so I don't pay. That's cheating. All our sufferings are due to our sinful activities. So when it is time for us to pay, then we are think I'm suffering too much. There's too much suffering for me. There's nothing for me to save for. Let me just terminate my life. It is wrong. Stay and pay everything. That's a gentleman's way. Gentleman behavior. We should be responsible for all our actions and face the consequences and free ourselves from it, from the problem. In a secular way, it is said, if you fight and run, you will live to fight again. If you fight and complete it, you don't have fight again to fight. It's finished. So if you're intelligent, we should pay our debt. Let us face our karma and pay the debt completely and become a pure devotee. That is bona fide. We cannot cheat. So if you commit suicide, Yamara has not prepared for the next body yet. So if you commit suicide, you are going to remain the ghost for the remaining part of the years you have to live in that body. And to be a ghost is more dangerous. Because you're hungry, you cannot eat. You're thirsty, you cannot drink. There's no gross body to do that. So it's more dangerous. We should just pay our debt. That's all. That's a gentleman's way. Pay our debt. When we are borrowing the money, it was very sweet. See that? So as it was sweet while we are borrowing the money, let it be sweet when we are paying back the money. pay the debt. A debtor should be killed by his children. A responsible father is not leave debt for the children. It's an enemy. So we should not give our debt by thinking we can commit suicide. Committing suicide is not the end. We are just adding to the problem. It is cheating, so we should not do that. Pay the debt. Let's pay our karma and be free. All right?
Yes, Gurudev, thank you so much. And now we have one live question, and the question goes, what is the meaning of Vishrambhena Guru Seva? Please explain in the light of SB 11.17.27. 11.17.27.
That's 11 Canto.
1727. 1727. 1727.
11, 17, 20.
27.
25. 27. Okay, 27. Acharya Mam Pijaniya Nava Manyati Karichi Namartya Buddhya Suyeta Saravadeva Ayo. One should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the demigods. How is that true? That was a motivation to ask the question. How is it true? Because demigods, some demigods they have thunderbolt. Have you seen a special master with thunderbolt? Some demigod they have power to cause somebody and immediately to take place. You can commit fire in the mud. Burn down the whole thing. Yeah, Guru has that. He has that power. So actually, how is it not even one demigod or 32 million demigods? How is that? This is one of the things I don't believe in the scriptures. The devotee can say like this. This afternoon I was telling, we were discussing in SSC class a faithless person. So one devotee was asking, how can we be trained and be faithless? So you ask this question. Many people, a devotee who has spent 20 years and he's telling one devotee, hey, do you know devotee? Because he's telling one devotee, I don't believe all the things in the Bhagavad. And he's giving lectures on Bhagavad. In his temple, he speaks on Bhagavad. And he says he doesn't believe all the things in the Bhagavad. This is one of them. How will I believe this one? 33 million demigods for one person who never vomit fire on his mouth. He never conjure golds. Okay. How will I believe this? Powerful person. Yeah, demigod, yes, you can do something powerful. Something powerful. Ganesh can make you very wealthy. Yes, so I believe that. But you pray your Guru, you become wealthy. Can you give you money? So these are one of these things I don't believe in the scripture. Somebody can say that. So the question is coming from that doubt. Yes. This house, this house, what is the most important thing in this house? Foundation. Foundation. What's important? Because I carry the whole building. If the foundation is weak, good. What else? What's the most important thing in this house? This big house. Foundation, good. The pillars, yeah. The building will collapse if the pillars, the foundation are not correct. Very good.
So the ingredients used to make it.
Okay, the materials should be of high quality, otherwise, but yes. We should not build our house on the sand. We should build a house on a rock. Very good. The Bible says that. Yes.
Humans.
Living. Yeah. If you're not here, what's the value of this house if you don't stay here? Oh, rather soon the supreme personality of Godhead. Yes. That will make the difference. If you remove them from here, it's within that house. So the most important thing. Yes. Oh yeah. The 33 million demigod embodiment. Yes, very good. What else? What else? Okay, others must know the Supreme God is there in the house, the Guru is there in the house, all the gadget, foundation, everything is there. If you lock the key, lock the door, will you enter? Will you worship your Krishna? Eh? How important is Krishna here? You don't have the key. Cannot enter the house. You don't have the key, right? How big is the key? The smallest thing in the whole building, right? You don't have the key, you cannot enter the house. Yeah, the foundation is okay, the pillar, everything, the material is very good, but where's the key to enter the house? Billions are there. We have billions there also. But how valuable is the billions without the key? The key is the most important thing. How big is the key? The smallest thing. So it is not the quantity, the quality. The quality. So yes, the spiritual master may not have that ability. That is what we think. The other day we were speaking about Srila Bhakti Dhira Damodara. He didn't show his power, his mystic power. He has spiritual power, which is superior to. Yes. So can demigod give you Krishna? No. The spiritual master will give you? Yes. So who is more powerful? So here Krishna is saying we should not envy him. Because envying him means we are envying Krishna directly. Sakshat Dhari. He is Sakshat Dhari. Of course, there are varieties of spiritual master. Sakshat Dhari is different. It's a pure devotee, or the incarnation of Krishna himself, in the super soul. So that is there. In all circumstances, a bona fide, when we say bona fide representative, we should be careful. Bona fide. Even if it's an ant, but he is a bona fide representative, but the size is that of an ant or sesame seed, you should be careful. Because it's an embodiment of all the demigods. All the demigods live in him because he can give us something that demigods cannot give. He can liberate us from this material world and send us back to God. The demigod cannot do it. He, one person, can do it. Huh? How many Prabhupads we have? How many?
One.
And he covered the whole world. Right? He's a small man. It's an embodiment of all the demigods put together. He can do what the demigods cannot do. He gives us pure love of God. The demigods are the material assistance of Krishna in the material administration. The demigods take care of that. The spiritual master is the spiritual aspect of Krishna. He handles special matters for Krishna. Our spiritual activities are handled by the spiritual master. The material transactions are handled by the demigod. So Krishna is saying we should not envy. We should not envy him. We should not think of him as an ordinary person. In the Padma Purana, the famous verse is the Padma Purana. One who thinks the spiritual master is from this country, that country is already living in hell. Nothing can stop that person from going to hell. It's sure. And we are making everything very clear for us to understand because it's a protection. It's a protection to understand. Hanuman was sent to animal kingdom, animal life. It's an animal.
Mm-hmm.
The pure devotee is hiding there. If you are not careful, you make offense to him. Prahlad is sent to demon family. Is a demon? No. Pure devotee. Haridas Thakura was sent to Yavana family. It's a Yavana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Haridas, your birth is superior to me. Superior to me. So we should not disrespect a representative of Krishna. I don't know, what do you understand to be disrespect? What is disrespect? What is disrespect? Define. This is one. Okay. What is disrespect?
Judging them by external characteristics. Like Ganga might be muddy.
Okay. You judge them by material calculation. Okay. Disrespect.
Blasphemy.
Okay, blasphemy.
Disobeying others.
Not following the orders. Disrespect. You're not following the order. Because it's an ordinary person. So whatever I say, it doesn't make sense. So I can accept, I cannot. So it's okay. After all, I don't see you as it is. So that's okay. Whatever you say is, I can take or not take, but it's very dangerous. It's better to drink poison than to act like that. If you drink poison, only the material body will be disturbed. But with this, not only the soul will be disturbed. Not only the soul, the family members will participate in that offense. It's very dangerous. So Krishna is teaching us this. Sarvadeva Mayo is the sum total of all the demigods. All the demigods live in him. Okay. All right. Does it make sense?
Yes, Gurudev. Thank you so much. And now we have one live question in which the devotee says, when one is enthusiastic to chant and dance freely, but those around us are not. So, how to properly think and act in that situation?
Don't look at them. Just keep dancing. And affect them with their own enthusiasm. Yes. So they will join you. Don't look at them. Just do your own. The pure devotees are described like that. They don't care for the outsiders. They don't care. Of course, they follow principle. They follow the rules and regulations. Chitama will follow the rule. When he saw someone on the right in a public, he tried to cover himself. He tried. But when the prema spill over, what will you do? What will you do? He came out. He tried to hide it. But some other times you don't care for that. They dance, they cry, they roll on the ground without caring for what others, like a madman, without caring for others. And my person doesn't care who is looking at him. Whatever they think, it's not his problem. This is the way we should be. But with our own enthusiasm will affect others to join and motivate others to join. Come on, so let's do it. We should be happy. It's solely about the thing when I said the attitude all of us should have in Krishna consciousness. Taking to Krishna consciousness is like a commissioner for prison visiting the prison to give some mercy. He will show some mercy. His visit is very auspicious for the prisoner. When a big minister will visit, it's a big opportunity. It's okay after 3 months, release all of them. Is it not a cause for jubilation? Yeah? Taking to Krishna consciousness like that. When we give a chance to free them, let them go back to God. This is what it means to take to Krishna consciousness. So is it not reasonable for us to be very happy and dance in Kirtan? Celebrating the mercy Krishna has shown to us, the pure devotees have shown to us. It's not important for us to celebrate that. But to come and say, oh, why 3 months? It's too far. The whole 3. You can do it now. Why not now? Why didn't do it now? Where is the mercy? Where is the mercy? You can very mercy. But what is the mercy when I'm still suffering comes? Where is the mercy? You can just take and go away. Yes. If we appreciate what is given, then that will also come. If you don't appreciate, then how will it come? We will abuse it. We'll abuse it. So we should be happy. Should be happy and dance for Krishna. Not feeling sad or why devotion is so difficult. Why it will not be difficult? Look at your life and see how important are you? How important? Is it supposed to be ashamed? I'm just a dangerous criminal. I will not. I shouldn't ask anything from Krishna. What is the right of a criminal? What is the right of a criminal? We should understand the attitude we should maintain in Krishna consciousness. So that's why Swami told us this attitude, which I love it so much. He described when Aldamuni was trying to find devotee. So first is he made a very good king, the Brahman, not the Brahman. He made a king. and he was glorifying the king who arranges the worship of Krishna in his kingdom. Narayana was, you have the nature of Krishna. You have such a wonderful opportunity that you created it. All over his kingdom, their temple to worship Krishna. He facilitated, motivate everybody to serve Krishna. Narayana said, you have the nature of Krishna. I know. I have not done anything that I should be expecting mercy from Krishna. There is nothing I have done. And look at me all around. I don't see anything I have done that I should be expecting Krishna going to bless me. What is it? What is it? I'm not expecting anything like that. So forget about it. This attitude is what is with you. Not that, Krishna, 3 months is too far. Where is the mercy? You've been hearing every time mercy, oh, very merciful, very merciful. So kind. Okay. But what is it that I'm suffering with this? Where is it? There is some gratefulness. There is some gratefulness. We should be grateful to Krishna. So we always say, Krishna, thank you. Thank you for everything. What have I done that I should be expecting mercy from you? What is His holy name I have chanted? Or what? What service? What is it? Or that we are hearing attentively from you, or reading scrutinizingly? What is it? I have a good relationship with the brothers and sisters. What is it that we think we have done that should be expecting mercy from Krishna? That we should appreciate what He has given. If Krishna consciousness, if a Prabhupada didn't give this Krishna consciousness, what do you think all of us should be doing by now? Be sitting here? Yeah? What will we be doing? Yes. Look on the street. People are coming to the dam. What is they doing? To eat. You can stay in the house and cook and eat. But you come here and move around here to eat and take picture. That's the meaning of going to dam. Where are you coming for? Banda. I'm just coming. What did you do there? See. Can you count how many? Go to the everybody means to go to the dam. We should be grateful. We should be grateful. But see, Prabhupada came and took us off. Come here. You're suffering. Come here. We should be grateful. How many people know that if you go to toilet, you take a bath? How many people know that? Yeah? Just that. Just one thing. We should be clean. You see people and see what they do. Very dirty. Very dirty. If you know what I think in my mind about all of you, you kill me. Hare Krishna. Forgive me, I'm not a good person. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. So our next question is, how to mend him, a Gurukul student who speaks lies?
it's only a Gurukul student that is telling lies. Not only a Gurukul student is telling lies. In Kali Yuga, Brahmanas are telling lies. Kali Yuga, Brahmanas tell lies. But it's abomination. Telling lies is abomination. Except if it is for Krishna to save the soul. Sanatana Goswami, he told the jail, take this money. So it looked, the money was small. Sanatana Goswami added more money. So when you see the money was big, the mind, but how will I do this? Tell him that I went to Pastul and you took me to Pastul and I jumped in Ganga and I'm dead. That's one of the reasons why I also had to take a bush. So he told her to practice Krishna consciousness. That is all right. Apart from that, telling lies for nonsense is sinful. So anyway, somebody is telling us we should advise. It is not good. Why do we tell lie? Because we have fear. We tell lie due to fear. If I tell you the truth, you're going to laugh at me. So I will tell you that to defend myself from that. But if I tell you the truth, you're going to punish me. So I will say, no, I don't do it. It's due to fear. It's a contamination. So if we explain this and we have a clear understanding, then we will do the right thing. And start practicing what is right. All right?
Yes, Gurudev. So our next question is, why do devotees feel lonely and how to overcome loneliness?
The devotees feel lonely because we are not practicing strong sadhana. The soul is not getting sufficient nourishment. If the soul is getting sufficient nourishment, there will be no loneliness. Even if you are alone, Hardas Thakura was sitting alone in the cave. He was lonely. Was he feeling lonely? He was sitting alone in the cave. He was feeling lonely. Why? Because he was fully rich. He was full of Krishna consciousness. So there's no loneliness. Starvation of the soul brings loneliness. Starvation. We're not sufficiently nourishing the soul. So the loneliness is there. 80% of devotees feel lonely. 80%. It is due to we are lacking nourishment. Jap is not sufficient, not properly chanted, on time. We don't hear properly about Krishna. We don't practice also properly about Krishna. We simply hear. We also entertain our intellect, but the soul is not entertained. Starvation is there. Speakers are not potent, so we don't get enough nourishment. We are not reading also. Sure. What is the nourishment? If the soul is sufficiently nourished, we are satisfied. Fully occupied. Fully. Krishna consciousness. Why pure devotees, they can laugh alone, they can jump alone, they can dance alone. Because inside is full. So they are celebrating that. So we should improve the quality of our hearing, chanting, reading, our services, relationship with each other. This will be increased. We should value each other. If you value each other and supporting each other's, Christian consciousness, we'll be supported, so we don't feel lonely. All right? Hare Krishna.
Thank you all for your patience and our deepest gratitude who have attended today's session. We will soon return with another question answer session. Please do send us your question either in Facebook or YouTube channel. You can also email your question on the ID mentioned in the description. If by any chance your question is unheard, we'll make sure that your question is answered in the next session. We thank Gurudev so much for enthusiastically answering all our questions and being with us once again. Thank you, Gurudev, and all the assembled devotees. Have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Bhakti.